Dear viewers, here is an exercise of our environment for you. Our environment written by Frank S. Carpiti. Your question number 1 given in the exercise is, why did man start corrupting the environment? What were the reasons? And your answer is, with an increase in population, man's material needs also increased. It disturbed the balance between demand and supply. Man started exploiting nature, that is the earth, air and water, to fulfill his needs. And the increasing population has polluted the environment with smoke, rubbish and disposal of waste into water. It threatened the natural cycle and took it to abuse and decay. In this way, he undermined his own wealth and welfare. Why does the author say that environment is now a social problem? The author says that environment is now a social problem because it has become worrisome for every other man living on this earth. With huge increase in air, water and land pollution, the whole world faces problems of health and welfare. For example, a dirty lake not only affects those who live near it, but the entire ecosphere, nature's rhythms and cycles, and the future functioning of man. The more man produces goods that do not fit into nature's cycle, the more he pollutes the environment and puts his health in danger. Question number 3 is, what is an ecosystem? How does nature keep the ecosystem balanced? Your answer is a system of interaction between all living things and their surroundings is called an ecosystem. Each living thing plays a part in this ecosystem. There is a food chain in which organisms that produce their own food using the sun's energy. And what are those organisms? They are green plants. They are eaten by small animals, which in turn are eaten by larger animals. Each element necessary for life, such as carbon, nitrogen and phosphorus, goes through cycles of use and reuse and eventually completes the cycle. Besides, population of all animals in the ecosystem are adjusted through natural forces such as disease and predation. Predation is through hunt. They are killed through hunting. If anyone changes a single part of this chain, the whole ecosystem will be destroyed. Why does an alteration in one part of ecosystem impacts other parts of ecosystem? An alteration in one part of ecosystem impacts the other parts of ecosystem because it disturbs the balance between nature's functioning and the entire ecosystem. Its example can be seen in the outcome of the campaign waged in South Africa against the hippopotami that used to graze on agricultural lands along the river banks. People wanted to get rid of them and successfully reduced their population, but new problems set in. As the movements of the hippo through the river kept the channels open, and without them the river silted up and overflowed their banks, resulting in floods which in turn damaged crops and homes. The net result of the attempt to stop hippos grazing, that is one part of the ecosystem, is shortage of food and disease epidemic. Your question number 5 is, what is the question before the society now? How could the society respond to this question? And your answer is, the question before the society now is both elementary and monumental. And what are the questions? Will we pay for the cleanup of rivers, oceans, the landscape and the air? How will we pay? Can we simply pay cash, or must we give up some of our now taken for granted machines and luxuries? What can the citizens do to ease the burden? And then the second part of the question is, how could the society respond to this question? Society can respond to these questions with real concern. The action groups should be formed to ensure passage of environmental legislation. Ecology courses should be taught at many levels of education system. Just plain watching of one's own garbage and littering is the beginning. Common public acceptance of the problem is the only way society as a whole can deal with the costs and efforts of the cleanup ahead. Dear viewers, I hope I have successfully delivered my lecture on the topic our environment, and then all the question and answers are fully explained to you. Please like and subscribe my channel, and if anything there which needs to be explained, kindly write in your comments. Thank you.